hey Vlad, you look like you have it all together. And I'm like, that could not be farther from the truth. Welcome to the Echo of Vlad podcast, a few and a half deep conversations about becoming the best man possible. I am here with this episode, joined by one of my homies. It's a new homie, but I feel like I should have known him later in life. Let me tell you who this guy is. This is Sam. I don't know if you want to say your last name. You don't have to. You don't got
to. We can sit with Sam for
Oh, yeah, man. How's it going?
It's going good, bro. It's a slow day, but yeah, right now.
It's Labor Day, so, it's a relaxing day, this, that, and third. But, did you have work today?
I did. We had some questionable lunch, but it was good nonetheless.
Don't get sick now. I hear everything's like in recall.
Yeah, I saw, what was it that caught in recall lately? It was some meat at Walmart or something?
Yeah, hopefully not Tyson.
Nah, bro. Tyson never going recall.
Seriously. Oh, man, bro. But yeah, I mean, it's been chill for me. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the first episode in about 6 months.
How you feeling about it?
Oh, man, I feel so weird. I feel like I remember how I felt the first time I recorded the episode. Mm-hmm. Like the first episode, that was 2022. And I was like, so I don't know if I told you this, but I wanted to start the podcast in 2020. Mm-hmm. Because I was so afraid of failing and then looking bad, I hesitated for about 2 years straight. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. So I called my cousin Kyle. He was in town. I was like, you know what? Be you the first guest. He was like, cool, let's do it. And I'm here now and I'm like, this is the same exact feeling I felt before. I'm just doing it instead of just thinking about it.
But confident at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, because scheduling has been so tough before, it's been okay, I have these ideas, I can't put it out because of scheduling and everything I got going on. It's dang, am I failing this idea? Am I failing the whole thing? But now I'm let me just do something light to build up to those things.
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad, it's you get something off your chest. That's exactly how I feel right now. What you think?
I think it's going to be a success, honestly. If you guys know Vlad, this man is persevering. This man, once he has a dream, it may take a while, but he's gonna get there no matter what. If you guys saw, the struggle it was just to set this up.
Bro.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law, bro. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
How many mics we went through today?
Bro, we went through 3 mics that just would. The first one wouldn't connect. Mm-hmm. The second one wouldn't turn on, and the third one was the backup.
Right.
And I was all right, let's just go with it. Let's roll with it. And then this genius right here, I'm like, well, okay, this backup mic, where am I gonna put it? Where am I gonna put it? I'm like, okay, let's just put it just right there. This man.
Hey, bro. Sometimes it's a simple solution.
Yo, I'm going crazy, overthinking and everything, but I'm bro, it's happening, it's working. We just rolling with it.
Just gotta get out your head sometimes, man. I've been there with I spoke about how sometimes I like to do live productions, just for church streaming or some type of streaming, and I know when I'm in the moment when things aren't going right, the simple solution can be in front of my face, but I won't see it until somebody comes in and says, "Dude, just do this." So I felt like I was able to do that today.
I feel it's when you first learn how to drive, right?
Yeah.
You overthink and you're okay, I gotta watch all the videos, I gotta learn all the things on the road. And then you get back behind the wheel, it's oh, it's no big deal. It's 2-3 minutes into it's okay, dang, I'm actually driving. Mm-hmm. And you feel you're just rolling with it. That's pretty much what it is.
Thing.
I feel so I'm a perfectionist. Most people who know me know I'm a perfectionist. And it's for me, it's not so much a perfectionist to where I'm okay, it has to be perfect, but I have to feel or try to feel okay, everything that can go wrong is already taken care of.
So you plan for the mistakes to happen
before I even start.
Right.
And I'm that's held me back from a lot of things. But I'm like, dang, it doesn't work, but part of you wants to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Understood.
Is it hard? I'm just asking your opinion. Is it difficult to like move in a way that's like, okay, I don't care about what goes wrong. I don't care about this, that, there. Because it seems reckless. Like the opposite of perfectionism is reckless. And I'm like, am I willing to become like reckless in general?
You know, I think there's a difference between being careless and, I guess, being and not wanting to do something. What is it? Between being careless,
Yeah,
and trying to overplan so you don't end up doing something.
yeah,
So if you're careless, you're going into a situation like you're going to film, for some event.
you're right.
Careless is like you're not charging your camera, but you're gonna go off to the 50% of battery that you have. You have no extra batteries. Okay,
Reckless.
you're kind of screwed.
Yeah,
But if you're say you want to get a certain shot and you get there like you get there 5 minutes later or something like small things that you can't control, you can't let it throw your day off. You still have to take that leap. Maybe you'll find a new shot because the sun was at a different angle than you expected it to be, and it created a whole new shot. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that there's a difference between the two, and sometimes you have to, even though things don't go exactly to the T how you want it to go, you can still take that leap of faith and try something.
I got you. No, that one makes sense. It's just got to take that leap of faith.
Essentially.
And with the leap of faith, this kind of like new chill kind of every week podcast, I'm like, okay, I have a new segment I want to put on.
Mm-hmm.
It's called RAQ. You know how websites like they have frequently asked questions? This is a randomly asked question.
I'm messing with it.
Randomly asked question. And it's like random, off the cuffs, gotta choose whatever, right? Would you rather fight somebody as soon as you wake up or have to fight somebody to go to sleep? You can't go to sleep without like them fighting you.
Do I get to choose the person?
No. It's like a random person. Like
what's the age range?
Think about.
I'm not gonna lie. If it's a little baby.
No, man. Think about. Okay, you gotta fight somebody who's like the equivalent of yourself. As soon as you wake up.
You know what? As soon as I wake up, because if I get caught sleeping, I get a fist to the jaw. I'm up for the day now.
Right.
But if I want to go to sleep and I get a fist to the jaw, now the adrenaline's rushing. I can't go to sleep.
I feel you.
What you saying about it?
I would say fight somebody as soon as I wake up, because imagine you sleepy and you gotta fight somebody. I cannot imagine.
You get knocked out,
bro.
First 5 seconds.
I remember one time I stayed up for literally 24 hours, like more than 24 hours, and I felt like I was gonna die. Like literally, this is probably worse. Like so at the job I was at before, we were supposed to like be at the job location at 6 a.m. And so I was up from 4 a.m. that day to like get ready, cook, get ready, travel to the location. And then that full day I didn't sleep. And then that night I was like, damn, I'm struggling to fall asleep. I'm trying to do everything. I can't fall asleep. And then I was like moving. And then I was like, it was like 2 o'clock a.m. I was like, if I go to sleep right now, I'm never going to wake up. I'm not going to wake up in time for work. Because I got to wake up by 4 to get ready to travel to the location. And I was like, all right, I'm going to just stay up the whole night. So it was like 24 hours plus another whatever, right? I was driving on the road and I felt like I was like floating.
Bro.
Yo, it's like, and plus it was like, I think it was drizzling a little bit that day. So I was like, bro, I'm traveling 70 miles per hour on turnpike.
Barely awake.
And then having to go to the work location. I literally told my work partner, I was like, hey, I didn't get any sleep last night. I might pass out on the job. Just
hey,
look out for me.
You can say I got there on time.
Yeah, I got there on time that day.
Bro, that's what I'm telling. I was telling, I don't know who it was, but I'm like, yo, power naps will work. Like I was, so Fridays are my busiest day. Go to work. from 6:30 to 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to be down in Miami from probably about maybe like 6:30, and get home probably after 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be a full day for me. So I didn't end up getting sleep at all. I tend to do this on Fridays. I don't know why, or Thursday nights. I won't sleep early, so I'm running off a couple hours of sleep, not enough to function. I go to work. I tried to take a nap, but that day I didn't get to take a nap. I left work late and then had to do something. So when I tell you, I had to pick up somebody in North Miami. I was struggling, man. Like I'm skipping frames, bro. I'm like, wait. I don't know how I survived, bro. But I got to my first stop. I took a 15-minute nap, and bro, I was good for the next what time was it? Like 6. So for the next 6-7 hours, bro, I was straight, bro. Powering up saved lives.
Damn. I remember that day. I feel you on that one because I remember that day. So we were having a job up in like West Palm Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped at like a Publix and just took a nap in the car. And I'm like, bro, I felt so refreshed after that. Bro. So the power naps he talking about, bro, it's heavenly.
Man, I'm running off of one right now.
Yo.
I could what, 20-30 minute nap?
Yo, it's I don't know. Feel like I never thought about this part of adulthood. Like there are days like you really gonna be like running off of zero sleep whatsoever. I remember a whole week I got like in college I got like 1 week barely like 4 hours of sleep each day.
Gosh.
And then there was a week like right when Federation was happening and I was taking pictures. And I was that Friday night I went to the Friday night thingy, and then I came back home around 11.
Was that the day we met?
Was that? No, not that Federation. This was 2019 Federation.
Okay.
This is way before. And then I was like, I got home at 11, but then I had to recharge my cards, my camera batteries. Then I had to like export all the footage, all the photos from the night.
Yeah.
And then I had to go figure out how to go to sleep and then wake up early tomorrow to like travel to West Palm Beach again for like the next day.
Jeez.
It was like 2 a.m. and I was like, and somebody was picking me up to go there. And my friend, he's been on the podcast. He was like, if you do not get up, and I will call you 3 times. If you don't pick up, I'm leaving. I was like, no, I got this, right? I went to sleep. My body literally said no. It felt like I heard the alarm in my dream, but I could not wake up. Like my body was like, no, KO whatsoever.
Right.
And I was like, I woke up around 9 o'clock when I was supposed to be up by 6. Yo, and then I woke up, I looked at the phone, 3 missed calls. He's like, yo, and he texted, he's like, yo, I left you. And so I had to call my cousin to get me because I was supposed to take pictures of there. So I was like, okay, they came, they didn't leave their house yet to go there. So it was like, they came, they picked me up, we went over there. I was like, yeah, that was a day my body literally said no.
No, that's probably a good sign that your body said no.
Bro.
Either there than taking a picture then.
It's,
on the floor.
Oh, imagine passing out in church.
In Federation, bro?
I can never show my face again.
You know Federation gets deep in the morning.
Yeah,
Saturday morning?
Yeah. I cannot, you catch the Holy Spirit.
Man, I was, from where we were, I was like, that's Vlad, right on stage. So imagine you right on stage, like right in the corner stage, and then boom.
Yep. Dog, that would be so funny.
And that's definitely going to be captured on camera.
Oh, bro,
the
yeah.
The singer's going to be like, oh, shoot, this guy.
Yeah, he'd start singing. It's crazy. And he's just sleep, just knocked out. That'd be...
Wake up. Oh, shoot, what happened, bro?
That's crazy.
Man.
Oh, man. But I ain't gonna lie to you. That day we met, or like that night we met, it was so funny.
The Federation Northside?
Yeah, that one I was like... Because, I'm gonna be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I met a lot of people,
right, Right.
So I was like, I didn't really meet you Like, I met you, but I was like, do I know you from somewhere?
Right.
And I act like I kept knowing you because I know Jusan.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, it's like, so it's like with you, I was like, okay, I know you. I'm gonna talk to you. This, that, third, and I was waiting for you to tell me your name. And I remember that night you didn't say your name at all.
Oh, I didn't?
Jusan didn't say your name. Lori that night didn't say your name. I was like, bro, who is this man that I just met?
I think I've probably seen you around. Did I meet you before I went to Zion?
That was Zion was after
It was
Federation.
after? Okay.
Yeah, I think that was after.
Yes, okay, it was. Yeah, so that was the first time. I don't know why I didn't say my name.
Bro, I don't, because I kept acting like I knew you already. Because like, oh, I know Jusan, and I'm interacting. He's like, do I know this person from somewhere?
Mhm.
I was like, okay, whatever.
I think I must have seen you around somewhere, but I think that was the first time talking.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the Miami Union, North Miami,
Yeah,
the
bro.
SDA community.
Going to MUA, it's like you know everybody from somewhere, or like you've met them
Yes.
at school, at whatever, and then Pathfinder is like, okay, you meet people, whatever. I feel like you start to meet people, you start to know people before you actually meet them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like by the time you get down in life, it's like, oh yeah, I met you before.
Yeah, people have been talking about them, not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah.
But they'll say, oh yeah, I was with so and so, or I did this with so and so. So it's like, oh, I know, I have an idea of this person already. It's funny because at college retreat, somebody said, I saw somebody, it was like, oh, they're familiar. They said, oh, hey, Samuel. I was like, oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who this person is. And then, so my go-to is, so most of the people I have that feeling about is like probably church I know from. I was like, oh, what church did I know you from? Because at the time, ACF had been like going out to churches.
Yeah.
Getting our name out there.
Uh-huh.
So I said, yeah, what church do I know you from? She's like, I don't know you from church. I was like, I know you from school. I was like, I don't know who this person is. I'm like, yo. And then turns out I was in first grade with her. I was like, that would have been my last guess.
Wow.
I was like, that is crazy, bro.
That's wild.
But it's small world down here, man.
For sure. It is. Because if you go to like church and then you go to college, it's like you feel like you know everybody from somewhere.
Yes.
Or like you've seen them. Like I remember like people from college that I've like haven't talked to from years, but I like kept meeting new people each and every day. Like I was part of 2 clubs on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept meeting people from different clubs and also faculty. And I was like, there were times like going around the campus, like I knew this person and this person, this person, this person. But also personality. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but I am an extrovert.
Yes, 100%.
You can tell?
The opposite of me, bro.
You have full, like, testimony and, like, evidence that I'm an extrovert.
Definitely. I'm more laid back. Like, when we go places with, like, Jusan, Jusan got those rounds. He know everybody in their mama over there.
Same.
Especially if it's a Haitian spot.
Oh, yeah, you know everybody.
Yeah. We're not leaving the function until like an hour after it ends. So he's doing his rounds, and then me and Lori, we don't really know anybody, so we're just like hanging back, chilling, and then that's when we like, I don't know if you walked up to us.
I walked up to y'all, yeah.
So yeah, if you hadn't walked up to us, we probably wouldn't have talked that day. Because I'm like, okay. Like, I mean, some people say, oh, you're an extrovert. I'm like, no, bro.
You can think that because you hang around Jusan, and you probably hang around extroverts where it's like, you got to interact with who's new.
Right.
That's what I thought. I thought you were an extrovert.
Oh, no, bro.
And I was like, hold on. He's not really saying something unless somebody's talking to him.
I have, like, if you want to go to, like, events, like, sometimes, like, I end up leaving early because I'm like, man, my battery just drained.
Yeah.
Like, my friends call me Cinderella, like, oh, he has to be home by 12. Bro,
That's crazy.
I'm like, man, sometimes I'm just ready to sleep.
Bro, I feel you. Like, even with social battery, I feel like the more people like talk to, the more the social battery goes up. Mm-hmm. But I feel like now, since I've been like working, mm-hmm. It's been like, okay, unless I really have to talk to people, like I have those days where I'm like, I probably feel like an introvert. Like if somebody sees me here, they'll probably think I'm an introvert because I'm like, I'm so tired. I got stuff to do. Like, do I really got to talk to people? And I always get lost in conversations because I'm like, okay, this conversations go good, but I don't know where to end the conversation, so I just let it go on. And I'm like stuck into a 2-hour conversation when I had stuff to do.
Exactly. Now you got more stuff to do. You're going to be even more tired the next day. It's like, yeah. That's
exactly what happens, bro. It used to happen at college a lot. Like, I'd be in between classes, talking to people, and I'd be left. I was like, when time did the class start? It was like, oh, yeah, I started like 15 minutes ago. I was so serious. There were so many classes I was late to just because of that.
Man.
But yeah, man.
I can't afford to do that this semester.
This is your last semester?
Yeah, and it's not a rough one, but it's kind of a rough one. It's not this early morning life. I mean, it's not. I function because I work morning, but if I could, bro, I'm not doing that.
I'll be honest with you. I had like the same schedule my last semester, and that was hell. Like, I had a art class at 8 a.m. in Kendall. Yeah.
You get to drop to Kendall? Bro?
Yes, for our art class. And respect to the art teacher. Respect to all the art majors, all the people who like art and everything. Yeah. But like an art class at 8 a.m. that I have to do an hour drive for.
How long was the class?
The class was for an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Okay, all right. And
then I had a class that I have to be back here for. It was a class that was online. And yeah, I could be at the library taking that class, but I was like, nah. So I had to go from Kendall back to the house just for a virtual class.
So it's not easy. And then was it during traffic time too?
Yeah. Well, early morning traffic, and that's why I learned how dangerous driving in the morning in Miami could be. And then, like, traffic going back wasn't as bad, but it was all right. I was definitely speeding coming back. But early morning traffic, bro, it's absolutely worse. Even my schedule now, like, I drive, like, almost 45 minutes to my job every day.
I can't do that, man.
Bruh.
And then 45. This is with traffic, man.
With traffic, yeah. Plus school, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I respect schools, but like the school zones kind of mess up every plan.
They need some type of new mode of transportation to get me to where I'm going. There's no reason a journey that's a mile long needs to be like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't stop and go every second. Traffic lights every less than a quarter mile apart from each other.
Not to mention construction stuff happening.
Oh my goodness! On the what was it the 836? They've been doing construction on that one spot for how long now?
God knows how long. Bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you. Life be lifing. Life really be lifing.
This everybody that wants us to be an adult. I blame y'all for this.
Yeah.
Me, I never said I wanted to be an adult. I blame y'all for this.
I wanted to be an adult when I was younger.
So I'm blaming you.
Yeah. I have a podcast where I literally say like everybody who was an adult before me is their fault because they didn't warn me about everything that's going on, like how hard it is to plan, how like expensive everything could be.
Can't even hang out with people anymore,
bro. We can't even hang out anymore. We is like trying to plan so many stuff. It's like, nah, bro, I'm working. Nah, bro, I'm working. Once we had that heat night, I think I was like, what?
I was about to say that. I was like, yo, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. That took so much planning to do.
Oh, yeah. 4 people. And imagine having to plan a podcast with 4 people.
Oh, my goodness, man.
I'm telling you, man. Hold up, bro. I love this conversation, Liberals here, but we're going to have like a quick little break. And we're going to get right back to this conversation. He said, hey, Vlad, what happened to that girl you were with yesterday?
Oh.
You see, that's L Man's right
No. It gets worse. It gets worse.
He one of them.
It gets worse. It gets worse. This man proceeded to say, it's like, not the girl from the cafeteria, the girl from the library.
Oh.
I'm like, multiple. God. What are you talking about?
L Man's right there, bro.
You banned from. Yeah, you banned. Yeah. He not. Yeah.
He be lucky.
And
if
I was
he
like,
make it home.
yeah, I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah, she was just chilling yesterday whatsoever. But I was like, if this homegirl was a girl I was actually trying to talk to,
it's great.
He didn't even like check things like, yo, this your girl, this
That's
your
dangerous, man.
Bruh. So we're back with this conversation. I want to ask you not a random question this time, but in terms of like trust and friendship, Margaret, who would you trust more? A very intelligent, smart person with little empathy, or a very empathetic person with little smarts? I don't want to call them dumb, but like they're not the best at putting things together as best. Who would you trust more?
So it's between great emotional, great empathy,
Yeah.
and not stupid, but
Not stupid, but like just
yeah.
a chill person, go with the flow, not really a planner.
You want to
Versus,
take that one first?
nah, you go.
Um, I guess choose the smart person.
With little empathy.
It depends. Just to have like as a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna. It's not really. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the intelligent one. I think Let me do intelligence. Yeah.
Like this person could be a little bit cynical, just because opposite of empathy is like like not like person who doesn't care. So they could be like not really caring too much, just very smart person based or like intelligence based.
They're like a genuine friend.
Yeah, like they're your friend, but they're just there's that logical.
Yeah, I'll take that because if like we're like honest to God friends, like I'll understand how the person is, and I won't take anything I won't take them saying, okay, why say I cry over a job, right?
I thought you was gonna say woman. I really thought you were gonna say woman.
I was considering it
because I could imagine what that friend was saying.
Let's get another one.
Yeah,
but the same thing with the job. If they're like, oh, you got fired or you got laid off or you don't have the job anymore.
Yeah,
just get another one. Or I mean, it's true.
True.
Like if when it boils down to the bottom of things,
right?
Say you got laid off or inappropriately, or like you don't agree with how things went down.
Yeah.
Essentially, you can get another job.
Right.
If you're good at your craft, I think you'll know the person like deep down. You know it's not them not caring. It's just they're just not. They don't have the emotional intelligence. I think I could rock with that.
I feel like I would pick the same thing, cause I'm like. I feel like I need more intelligence. Like, hey, this is just cutthroat people. Mm-hmm. Just for me, like I feel like I have enough empathy and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Versus like having a friend like too much empathy. I feel like I have to be that cynical person. But I feel like you are different in different friendships.
Yes.
Like I have some friends of like I'm the empathetic friend. I'm the one who's like always asking for advice or just like. I'm the friend who's the one who cares too much. And I have other friends who are like, I'm more the intelligent person. Like, oh, this doesn't matter whatsoever. Are you the same way?
Yes. I'm actually thinking about one friendship specifically. Like, so this individual came to me, right? It was about, so this is a girl, right? She's talking about this guy. And in my head, I'm like, okay, dude, you're being kind of slow right now.
True.
You shouldn't, like, this logically doesn't make sense. But then I'm thinking, okay, if we bring the emotional aspect into it, like, okay, I can understand how it's hard to get out of it. But at the same time, bro, just get out of there. The quicker you get out, the easier it's going to be for you. But then I've been in situations where it's not smart for me to stay, and I stayed.
Yeah. And
it messed me up.
Right.
And I still stayed. So I can see how I am both of those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm both of them.
I feel like when it's not your situation, you are able to think more clearly about it, or just not care at all. But it's like, okay, when it's your situation, you're thinking about everything that goes on and whatsoever. The other person's like, nah, you thinking about this too much. It's like, no, you're not thinking about this enough.
Right.
I feel like. Even with like talking to your friends about situations, like your friends have to have like the right amount of care, but also the right amount of don't care about the situation. Like the people who are removed from the situation whatsoever.
That's the thing. have you ever been in a situation with two friends? So one friend is saying one thing, or like say two of your friends are dating, and then one person's coming to you about advice for the other person, or like this and this person did that, and you're like, oh, you're kind of conflicted on.
Yeah.
Are you trying to stay biased, but you're trying to help them understand the other side?
Yeah, I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't like being in those situations.
So then you're like, that's when the empathy starts to kind of hit.
Right.
But then you're like, I don't know, you know.
I feel you. I remember I had two friends who got together, but I was like, I wasn't hearing it from both sides. I was like, oh yeah, the guy did this. I was like, I mean, I could see how, because I know the person, I could see where he was going. He wasn't thinking too much about it, but the girl was like, oh, she was thinking more about it than I would say that it was. I was like, how do I even like? It's like, to help this person, I have to throw this other person under the bus. Mm-hmm. To like talk logically about the situation, it feel like I don't care, or like this, that, or third. Exactly. I'm like, I don't like being in that position. I feel like laws about like, you know, laws about like friendships and dating and stuff like that, or like in a friend group, I feel like those are good. Those are for those reasons.
Yeah, like don't date it in the friend group, bro, because it always has room.
I don't think it always.
A lot of times,
if people aren't careful.
My friends, it always gets. You know, maybe there are healthy ones. Man, I need to reevaluate my friend group, though.
Hey, man.
I don't think I've had one. I haven't had a relationship survive the friend group before.
That's crazy. Dang. So hold on. No disrespect, but there's one common denominator. It might be you. It might be you. I'm not gonna lie. Listen. Once, okay. Twice, that's crazy. All the first. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Sam. You might have to, once they get together, you gotta stop being friends with them.
Essentially, it'll get worse, but I gotta say that off camera, bro.
That's crazy.
No, bro. I don't know, man. It gets tricky because, you know, I had to stop doing this. When people would come to me with their problems, this is where the emotional intelligence comes in, and I was slacking in that area. Like, say you get into an argument with your mom, and she upsets you. What I would do is try to, in the moment, I would try to say, or I would say, you know, maybe she did it because this and that. But at the time, you know, people just want to vent. They just want to get off their chest.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want that problem solved or to want to hear the other person's side of the story. Uh-huh. But until they cool down first before they do that. But I had to learn that. It took me years to learn that. I don't know why. Something simple like that took me a long time. But I had to learn that in the moment, you know, just let it out, you know, be there for the person. So, especially when it came to my friends, I was like, okay, maybe he did this because, and maybe you were kind of wrong. Yeah, telling somebody they're wrong after,
yeah, after they like need to vent. Nah.
Yeah, bad idea, bro.
It's tough. I feel like I was at my old job. There was some stuff that one of my old jobs. There was like some stuff that going on. I was like, hey, I remember somebody had problems with like the manager, right? And I was like, she was venting about it, and respectfully, she wasn't a person that I could trust. Not just tell the truth, but I knew when she wasn't doing her job, mm-hmm. It was always problems. I was like, so part of me wanted to be like, oh dang, are you sure you were doing your part? Because I know you don't do your job well. So if you have a problem with the manager, it might be because you're not doing your job well. Exactly. But you can't say that in that moment.
Off with your head if you do.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you're the enemy. Mm-hmm. Bro, it's being that. So I feel like being that intelligent person or that person who like people come to the vent, that could be taxing.
Yeah. Because
it's like, bro, I gotta hear everybody's problems and figure out how they gotta deal with it, and like, you know, they say like some people say like, hey, people come to them with their problems, but they don't feel like they can go to anybody with their problems. Mm-hmm. I feel like people who don't go to other people with their problems feel like, okay, I'm not gonna burden anybody else with this. Like, I know I feel that way a lot of times. How about you?
Victim, bro. I'm a victim of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll listen to people, vent and everything, and then when it comes time, like when it boils down to it, like shallow things or like not petty things, but like things that aren't of a certain extent, I'll go to other people about. But if it comes down to like really down to it, I'm not going to. I get upset with my friends when they do the same thing, but I'll do that same thing that upsets me. Yeah, it's not the healthiest of things to do.
True.
But
you know what's weird though? I feel like that same way with like, okay, you don't go to people with your problems and stuff like that. But one thing that always happens, like people say it, I get people like say like, hey Vlad, you look like you have it all together. And I'm like, that could not be farther from the truth. Like, I remember, I'll be honest, 3 different girls that I was trying to talk to all said that same thing. Like, hey, you look like you have it all together. I was like, I'm hanging on by a thread.
you know.
And it's like, okay, do I tell them this? Like, nah, it's not what it looks like. I'm chilling this after. But I'm like, what do I even do if somebody says like you look like you have it all together, and they're wrong? Like, especially if you're a guy and this a woman.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I gonna tell you? Like, you're wrong? Like, I'm about to have a mental breakdown, like, at the second?
Don't ask me if I'm okay.
No, don't. Stop.
You're one, are you okay, away from letting it all go.
Bro, I'm like, I'm not totally together. I need you to understand that going further. I need you to watch your words.
Perception is a hell of a thing, bro.
But also, it's like, you look at your situation so intensely. But then, like, when somebody look at your situation, like, oh, no, it's fine. You had it all together. Or you're doing well. Like, I have a few mentors who used to tell me, like, hey, you're doing better than you think you are. And that used to help me so much. But I'm like, you go back to your situation, you go back to your mindset. It's like, dang, I got so many stuff on my plate. So much just that going on. But it's like, you don't really see how well you're actually doing.
Something our chaplain says. She says, give yourself grace. And I really like that because...
I don't like that. I like the phrase, but it makes sense to the point where I don't like that it makes sense.
Because you want to hold... Is it what? You want to hold yourself to like a higher standard? Or?
Yeah.
All right, explain that.
I'll be honest with you. I believe in holding yourself to a higher standard you think. Mm-hmm. Like, hold nobody else to higher standards than you hold yourself. So it's like, whatever I demand out of other people or whatever I want out of other people, I have to be willing to like, okay, can I do that myself? And to the perfectionist part of it, it's like, if I need to make sure I cover all barriers. I need to cover all bases. I need to make sure if there's any possibility of going wrong, I'm covering those things. Mm-hmm. And that made me not do the podcast for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Hesitate. That made me not do it for 6-7 months. What do you think?
So, I think one thing you can do is hold yourself to too high of a standard, not to where you get overwhelmed, but to where if you fail, you've still accomplished a lot and you can work with it. As opposed to like holding yourself to like an average standard and you're not meeting that standard and you're below the mark.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's like when it comes to say, like video editing. Mm-hmm. If I were to edit a video, and like I have like not that much experience, but like I can make like a decent edit. Like say if we're doing this podcast, I think I can make it decent, right? It's passable. Versus if like say my sister who's not into video production, she does it. If I see what she does, knowing the experience that she has, I'd be like, yo, you did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna say for what you know. Yeah. But essentially for what you know, you've done a good job. Whereas if I had put out that content, having more experience than she does, right, I would be upset with myself. So, expectations is also, I guess depending on, it varies from person to person. Yeah, I don't know how I got there, but I feel like I just rambled, but.
No, it makes sense. I do find myself comparing myself to different people who are more successful. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember I was I was in like a really big rut one time. And I was like, bro, I feel like I'm not doing enough in life. I feel like I'm failing already in life. And I was like, for some reason I had the thought to like write down all my expectations. And I was like, hold up. All of these stuff sounds like a person who's in like late 30s. I'm holding myself at 24, at that time like 23, to the standard of somebody who's in their late 30s. And I'm like, although I know it's bad, it's hard for me to not go that route. Mm-hmm. It's like swimming and the waves are pulling you. I don't know how to pull myself out of that. What do you think? But like you said, like giving yourself grace. Like sometimes I really don't know how to give myself grace.
So, have you ever sat back and looked at your accomplishments and be like, "Wow, look where I started versus where I am right now"?
Yeah,
I think that's very important. Like, if everything goes right, how long would it take for you to come in here one day and just set up the podcast?
Oh, this took me. Well,
like if everything is like how I walked in today,
yeah.
If you had to start from there and to get it recording ready, how long would that take you?
About 15, 30 minutes.
When you were first starting, how long would that have taken you?
Oh, bro, that used to take me about an hour.
You cut the time in half.
Yeah.
To a quarter. Well, you cut it from 50 to 75%, bro.
Yeah.
That in itself, man. Like, look at your accomplishments. Be proud of yourself with the work you do. And I'm saying this because, bro, I've had so many. I don't want to call them failures, but I've had so many times where I've done something. I'm like, dude, like, what is this? But then I've had people come to me and I'm saying, hey, good job. Or if I had to do it again, like I know what to do from now. Like I'm prepared. I can make I can be accountable. Not cheese. We're gonna have to cut that, man. I can know how to move forward and fix those mistakes and not get into that rut again.
Mm-hmm.
So giving yourself grace is like don't be so hard on yourself. Like sometimes it's good to hold yourself to a standard, but if you say, oh, I want to make $1 million this year and retire by the end of February.
Yeah.
You can do that, but at what price? Like you're taking a toll on your body,
mm-hmm.
on your mental. Like how are you gonna enjoy your retirement if you're dead or if you're in the hospital?
True. Or some people just scam. Yeah, don't incriminate yourself.
No. I do my taxes. I'm at a real job, bro.
Yeah.
I am clean.
It's like a little appealing. Just like, hey.
Quick money until you get in that knock on your door.
Hey, man.
I've had homeboys go down for it. I'm like, I'm not going down that route.
But I feel you on that one. It's like, yeah, you have to look at where you come from. Because before I had not this. Mm-hmm. I only had like one light, like one camera, like microphone, and that was it. Mm-hmm. So I get what you're saying. But it's for like you place so much expectation on yourself because you think so big, not so big of yourself, but you think of all the possibilities. And it's like I accomplished 3 possibilities, but in my mind I had 10. Mm-hmm. So being realistic, being like looking at yourself like, yo, you not where you used to be. Which I think that's, like you just said, that's very important. And it helps you avoid those ruts and stuff like that. Even in adulthood. Because college, being an adult, I feel like it's easy to get lost in your mind. Do you feel that way?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes I get into like an overthinking mindset. So it's like, sometimes I'm like, okay, one situation may happen, something small that can be fixed easily. Next thing I know, I'm homeless on the street. I was like, wait, how did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know how did my mind get there?
Yeah.
But it's like in reality, you may have gone down one road. All you have to do is like turn back and then reroute, man. Sometimes you need to take a detour.
We underestimate how easy it is to bounce back.
Yeah.
True. Yo, I love this, bro. It's very tough. Planning, scheduling, everything. I'll be honest. I'm surprised he said yes. I was like, bro, he might be busy. It might be this. I was like, let me just send the text, see what happens.
You know, I didn't even see your call come in.
Oh, you did?
I saw the missed call, like, this morning I saw the missed call. I was like, oh, I didn't see that he called me. But I was like, oh, this is a dope idea. You know what I thought it was? At first I thought it was the, you remember when you said we need to hang?
Yeah.
I was like, trying to do something else. I'm like, shoot, I need to finish this so I could head down all the way down to Miami because all that stuff is in Miami.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, this is a dope experience.
I sent the text and then I forgot to send what it was for. I was like, hey, what you doing tomorrow? I was like, all right, I put up the phone and I was like, oh wait, I didn't tell you what it was for.
3 times that happened. I think 3 times. One on my way here, I typed out, I'll be there in 10. I checked back. You texted me. I was like, oh, shoot, I never sent that. 2 times yesterday. I'm like, oh, I didn't send the message.
Yeah, that's crazy,
bro.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, I'm happy I did it. I'm also happy like you're the first guest that I have back.
Appreciate it, man.
Cause it's like, I feel good about being in the process doing it, like getting the ball rolling. I feel like I'm getting the ball rolling. It's like I missed that feeling so much when I was doing the podcast before. And it sucks sometimes when scheduling comes down. Because I remember, bro, I was setting up the cameras and the light stuff one time, and then somebody canceled on me. I was like, dang. And that was a podcast where we had like 4 people coming on. I was like, dang. One person canceled, now I got to tell everybody to go back home and then put the stuff back in. And I remember feeling so much like a failure. I remember like trying to schedule with so-and-so. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to schedule this, that, and third. Everybody kept failing one by one. I'm like, dang, it's like, I set my expectations so high, and I got a little bit, it's like I don't want to say you get high off of it, but it's like, you get so excited, and you feel like it's,
definitely.
You feel like you're in a spiral, you feel like you're in a rhythm, and then one thing knocks you down, one thing like, trips you up, and then you go tumbling. That was always my problem. Like literally, like I would run so fast that I was like I couldn't keep up with myself. But it's like I had to learn to like baby steps, catch my stride, like pace myself. And I hate pacing myself.
Man,
I hate it.
You want the grand success,
bro.
I feel it. It is a high when you're doing something you love and like the momentum gets going.
Yeah.
It feels really good. Like we have some events coming up that we are planning for, and what I've realized recently is I feel like God has been like telling me anything that I really want, I'm gonna have to fight for. Because recently, like I've had like things that were planned to a T. Everything was done on our end. Like for example, the game night. Everything was done on our end, and then when we got to the place, they were telling us, "Oh, we close in an hour." And we don't have you booked. So I pulled up the reservation and everything. They let us go in and everything worked out. But like if I want something, I'm gonna have to fight for it. And that's like the mindset I have right now. If something comes too easy, I'm like, okay, we planned this to a T, everything's going to a T. Something's gonna happen. Like I'm ready for something to happen. But I'm ready to fight. I understand nothing comes easy in life.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm just ready to
to go for it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I like that.
And I think this podcast can be a huge success.
Thank you.
More than it is right now.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. Your vision is. You were telling me about it a little off camera. I think it can be, bro. You got
it. If everything works out, like
when everything works out,
should everything work out, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very excited. Like sometimes I get so happy just like finishing the project or like doing it. Mm-hmm. Like I was making an intro the other day. And I felt like so hyped while I was making it. It's like you remember that time like you were just playing as a kid, like you just enjoy doing it. You just enjoy doing it. I love that feeling so much, bro.
Man, it's like the time I first downloaded Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
To the time I hit export, man, that feeling was so great. I don't know what I did, mind you. that first video was.
Yeah. Your first one always, man.
I tell you, the screen was in like it was the standard screen, 1080, 720.
Yeah.
Bro, my thing was cropped in. I don't know what thing it was. I don't know what the resolution was. It was, I forgot what the resolution, but it was, say the screen is like this big, bro. My video was like this big.
That's crazy.
And then they decided to play the video in front at a concert at a church. I was like, oh shoot! And then I looked back. I did some like lower thirds with the names. So I typed out the name and I had like a matte bar going behind it. So it's supposed to come at the same time. Dude, the words came and the bar came. They weren't in sync. I was like, oh shoot.
Bro.
And this is like weeks later looking back on it. I was like, oh, this is not good. and then the person decides to say, Samuel, one of our performances tonight. I was like, oh,
that's crazy.
I was like, oh shoot. But now, bro, I could roll out that video just like in a heartbeat,
bro.
But the feeling, of hitting export on a project, sitting back and watching it. I hit export like 5 times because I always find like small.
Yeah, you had the final, then you had the other final.
I have like final and then real final and then it's final real number 3.
Yep, bro. You ever be editing videos like in Premiere or whatsoever, and like you finish the whole entire edit and you're exporting and then you realize you didn't save it once?
No.
I do that all the time.
What?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yo,
literally,
that's dangerous, man.
That's very dangerous. I'll be having like full podcast like sessions and I didn't like save it once. I used to be like that in school. Like I used to write whole essays and not press save at all until like I finished the essay.
You need to be on some cloud application.
Bro,
that saves it for you.
That's
like
Google
Docs. Bro.
Google Docs. That's the only cheat code I have because I don't have control. But when I'm in Premiere Pro, when I'm in Lightroom, well, Lightroom saves automatically, but Premiere Pro, Adobe Rush, everything, or even After Effects. Like I finished the whole After Effects project, didn't hit save once. Yeah.
That is a different level, bro. Because I haven't used After Effects. I'm not that versed in it. I'm just like the Premiere Pro type.
Yeah.
Way better than Photoshop. Well, I prefer it over Photoshop. I hate Photoshop.
I hate it.
But bro, every time I don't know, like every say 20 minutes or so, saving, bro.
Nope.
Especially like if I'm in After Effects, bro, I would probably save even faster because I don't know what I'm doing.
I have to manually think, oh yeah, I gotta save it. Other than that, I go through like the whole project not saving a shit, not saving anything.
Jeez, man. You live on the edge, bro.
It's just like you're so happy the project's going smoothly, everything's going good. It's not until something goes bad that's when I save it.
Yo, you're giving every video editor,
everybody
every person who does anything, whether it's Adobe Audition,
bro,
Premiere Pro, and you giving them a heart attack. Right
every
now.
time I used to use like Microsoft Word, never save it until like that's it. Like at the end of the essay, end of everything, that's it.
You've never had a computer die or crash on you. I can tell. In the middle.
No, I have.
You haven't.
No.
That's diabolical.
It's just you having a good time with it. You just let it go. It's going on.
That needs to be a goal of yours, to learn how to save.
Yeah. See, this is why I have the problems, because I don't save nothing. So, tell me about ACF. Tell me about everything you got going on.
Yeah, so ACF at FIU, Adventist Christian Fellowship. It's a club that we have where our Adventist students and non-Adventist students can come together, we talk about faith and our relationship with God and all that. And we also do some stuff on the side, like we do game night. We played Mafia recently, which got wild. We do things like we go bowling. We've gone to Tennessee. We're going to Seattle this summer. We've gone to Canada. So it's like you may come for a worship and end up somewhere across the world. It's just like it's a club. It's honestly become a family over the past 2 years. Like these are the relationships in college that you make and that you carry throughout your lifetime. Honestly.
Yeah. One thing I've always learned about college is like it's the best for connecting, networking with people. Like you meet people in college, like you don't know where that's gonna take you.
Never, bro.
So I always love like clubs and stuff like that to like get people interested, get people together that you would never talk to.
Never, bro. I've met some like really good friends You meet some brilliant people, bro.
Yeah.
They tell you ideas that you would not think of on your own.
I feel you. I like that. I like that a lot. So, guys, please check them out. Where can they find you? Where can they find ACF? Online.
You can find me. I'll be tagged under this post.
Yeah.
When it makes it to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to follow the ACF page, it's going to be FIU_ACF. You can check out on our latest events, and hopefully we'll see you at one of them.
Got you. And for me, y'all know where you can find me, Echo Vlad, everywhere. Don't forget the _, Echo Vlad _. Don't forget that _ or Echo Vlad pod _ Still, do not forget that _. But I will see you guys in the next one. Let's continue this as best as possible. I wish you all the best, and with the rest, God bless.